It is a good practice to look carefully at the floor plans when one is viewing any houses or flat. By looking at the floor plans, one could actually acquire some interesting insights of the unit in terms of Feng Shui. How to do it? Let's discuss about it in this video.
Hello everyone, I'm Eric, a 八字 and Chinese metaphysics practitioner. Do take a second to subscribe and click on the notification bell button if you have not done so. This is to ensure that you won't be missing any of my new video updates. And if you want to learn more about Chinese metaphysics such as 八字 and related stuff, you may consider joining the 八字 Insider Master Club. You may check out the details in the link provided below.
Before we deep dive into the proper content of this video, we need to have some fundamental knowledge of the 8 trigrams or 八卦 in Chinese. 8 trigrams or 八卦 is a set of 8 symbols being commonly used in almost every Chinese metaphysics system. This system of 八卦 was originated from Fuxi few thousand years ago. 八卦 represent a lot of things like the natural phenomenon, directions, body parts, animals, family members, and many more. Each symbol inside the 8 trigram is known as a 卦. So what are the 8 trigrams? Let's go through them one by one now. 乾卦 represents the northwest direction. It also represents heaven, white color, and father. Its 5 element is matter. 兑卦 represents west direction. It also represents the lake, red color, and the youngest daughter. Its 5 element is matter. 离卦 represents the south direction. It also represents the fire, purple color, and middle daughter. Its 5 element is fire. Coming next, 震卦 represents the east direction. It also represents the thunder, jade color, the elder son, and the 5 element is wood. 巽卦 represents the southeast direction. It also represents the wind, green color, and the eldest daughter. Its 5 element is the wood. 坎卦 represents the north direction. It also represents the water, white color, and middle sun. Its 5 element is the water. 艮卦 represents the northeast direction. It also represents mountain, white color, the youngest sun, and the 5 element is the earth. Last but not least, 坤卦 represents southwest direction. It also represents the earth, black color, and mother. Its 5 element is the earth. Give a like to this video and leave a comment below if you want me to go through more of the 八卦 system. So after obtaining the floor plan of a unit, how do you tell whether is it an ideal unit at the first hand? Now we need to insert 9 boxes to partition out the unit on the floor plan. In order to sense whether the unit is good or not from the floor plan, we will need to determine the direction of facing for the unit. After obtaining the facing, we will then know the other directions of the unit as well. With the directions, we could overlay each direction onto the 9 boxes onto the floor plan. This is to complete the floor plan with directions. So each boxes tell us something about the occupants living in the unit. South direction represents the middle daughter. Southwest direction represents the mother. West direction represents the youngest daughter. Northwest direction represents the father. North direction represents the middle son. Northeast direction represents the youngest son. East direction represents the elder son. And the southeast direction represents the eldest daughter. In Feng Shui, we prefer the house to be as complete as possible, meaning the house preferably to be as squarish as possible and without any missing parts or portions. All these missing parts or portion of the house could be viewed from the floor plans. If certain portion of the house is being cut off, missing, or incomplete, the qi or energy would be affected as well. As each portion represents certain people or item inside the 八卦, one would expect some outcomes or incident to occur during certain period of the Feng Shui era. So let's take this unit for example. Straight away you can tell that the father, youngest daughter, youngest son, and elder daughter would likely to be affected. I use the word would likely as much more analysis is required. So now let's go through some of the good and bad floor plans. These are some of the acceptable floor plans at first sight. You can see from the squarish or rectangle shape. A little bit of cut off here is okay. It is very difficult to find a house with regular shape nowadays. And these are some of the not too good floor plans that I would consider to avoid at first sight. Look how irregular the shapes are. Many of the portions were missing, meaning the qi is incomplete and might affect some of the occupants inside the household, especially this one. So inside my next video, for my 八字 Insider Masterclass member, we will go through more details in exploring the feng shui of a house that has missing parts, corners or portions, and when and how missing parts of the corner or portion affect a particular member of the family, and how to avoid or minimize the effects. Thank you for watching and see you next session.